Well, this is a first for me. I got my very first P.O. Box package. And I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I wanted to open this bad boy on, camera and say thank you. Um, I was reached out to by the author of this book, 100 Things Phish, by Andy P. Smith and Jason Gershuny. I hope I said his name right. This is the gentleman that sent me this book. But it has a ton of stuff in it, which I'm very excited about. I even got this little thing here, newly revised and updated, a deep dive into all things Phish for noobs and vets alike. Or you can order your copy at this QR code. Do it. I'm very excited to read it. Thank you so much for the book. Scan that QR code. Go buy it. Thank you. I was thumbing through this book, and I saw that the first song mentioned and chaptered, in fact, was You Enjoy Myself. I wanted to listen to a live version of You Enjoy Myself again from the earlier days. And as I was thumbing through, I saw that Clifford Ball in 94 popped up, but that was on a live one, which I'm going to be reacting to on Saturday the 4th in its entirety. It's likely going to be the longest YouTube video I ever make. So I'm pretty excited about it, but also mildly intimidated about it. But that'll be streamed on Twitch Saturday the 4th at 5 p.m. Arizona time. Feel free to show up if you'd like to be a part of that extravaganza. Don't worry if you missed some of it, because there's a lot of album to go over. But I decided I was going to go to New Year's Eve, 95. It seemed apropos. They just did another YMSG set. So I figured, why not? Let's go back in time to 1995 and, enjoy myself. You know what I mean. Guys, I'm going to hit the play button on this thing, but before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Or join me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. I'd love to hear from you, and I have a great community of people to discover music with. So, guys, without further ado, let's enjoy ourselves at YMSG 95. Here we go. I love that intro so much. It's so nice, man. By the way, shout out to anybody that was at this concert. Identify yourself in the comments if you were there. If you saw this with your eyeballs, let me know. The bass coming in. Oh man, this song really, I think it's kind of evolving into my favorite Phish vibe. I feel connected the most to, of course, Rift and Hoist, because they sang literal phases of my life that I can look at and reflect on and be like, yeah, buddy, you're preaching to a choir. But this is different in a way that it makes me smile. It doesn't make me feel understood, but it makes me happy. And there's just something about it. Like I've commented before that I feel like when you listen to them, you can hear friendship. And I kind of feel that way, like from you guys too, in a way. Like I feel like they are friends, but this music just shouts happiness and I don't know, goodness to me. And again, the way that you guys have all embraced me, I really appreciate it. Like that you guys go out of your way to like email me and comment and say kind things and share this passion, your passion for this band with me. It's been wonderful. And I don't know, when I say I hear friendship, I think it's kind of a layered phrase now, but I like it. I think it's apropos for what I hear. Is this a guitar swell? Like, did he strike the thing with his volume all the way down and then turn it up so it fills out like that with some reverb? The heartbeat that hi-hat gives to this sound. Oh, and then the bass. This is really kind of ethereal, but it's... Oh, man. A little tension there, followed by resolve. We're increasing in that swell of sound is just like emotion, like I can see myself, like when I close my eyes, you can see it. There's like the excitement that comes with this. Oh. Hello, Mr. Page. The transitionary work is just, every time it goes to like a new chapter, just makes me happy. It got sexy on us, baby. Oh, man. That this is all just one song. I would also like to comment that I've reacted to entire EPs that don't take up 25 minutes of time. That I know that they're a jam band, and that's like part of the shtick, right? Like they jam on their songs, and that's the joy behind it. Like, and you have this like class of people that get annoyed if a song is longer than 3 minutes. But like that's never made sense to me, because like what the heck are you doing with your time? You're listening to music. Why does it bother you how long it is? Neither here nor there. I like that they can take just one of their pieces of work and stretch it into something that is just magic, And we have like this has all been stuff other than maybe the swells part that has been, like not rehearsed, that what's composed. I'm eager to hear, because I know that this isn't a 25-minute song. That the pianos are building it up and kind of raising. want to hear that again. That where he comes in with that. We're almost. That's such a good noise. Oh, yes. That's the sound people should be bringing their New Year's on. If Phish is not playing a New Year's show, that's the sound that people should be bringing their New Year's on. That friggin' wailing. This noise is maybe my favorite Phish sound ever. I like going right into that tone. My favorite. That might be to me the quintessential Trey sound. I also really want to apologize because I was so wrapped up in that solo that on the third time around listening to it, I'm noticing that the drums are panning left to right as he's doing these runs, and it's just so nice. Like, there is so much more to that moment than the guitar, and it just occurred to me on the third listen, which I can tell. I love when you revisit something and you always hear something different, and I feel like Phish has very much been that band for me, especially as I re-listen to the albums. There's just I'm always like, crap, why didn't I say that the first time I listened? It's like the only thing I hear now. And so yeah, I don't know, I really love that there's so much to pick apart between just four people. It's gonna happen again, guys. He's gonna do that thing again. It's still going! Clark. Shit. I love this song. The jazzy nature of the piano right there, I really enjoyed. Shit. It's also really hard to scrub. It's so much harder to scrub on Spotify. The bass slapping. That piano.
Boy, man.
What I think is interesting about the way Mike plays bass is that he has he'll walk it down and then transition into slap and pick and then walk it back. The dynamics behind his bass playing, like it goes from smooth to chonky with a thumb and then just right back to smooth. I can't say enough how both of these guys that play the stringed instruments adjust their tone just in style of play. It's fantastic. It's amazing. And then the chemistry between the two of them when they play off of each other.
Boy, man, what's your favorite time with different What's your favorite time with different
It came in big there. You know, recently it was brought to my attention that Bob Dylan was given a Nobel Prize for, his writing. And as I'm looking at the lyrics here, I'm wondering when Phish is going to get theirs. Oh, man, this breakdown. Yes! Do it! Keep doing it. Okay, more. And then the bass line behind it. Wow, wow, wow. I can't tell what effect he's using for that, and maybe he's using his foot pedals there, but it's that bass sound, it sounds like, buttery. Like if you took your bass and you put bubbles on it. Like I can't tell. It's like deep synth chords. I don't know. I have a small brain, I'm sorry. Switching between like this palm mute and these strikes of chords. Oh yeah. How quiet was it there in real life? I love that they just brought the whole thing down. Oh, yes. Dude, this is so good. I'm pausing it before we get too deep into that next section. But what was so amazing to me about that whole part was that it just got quiet. You know, you went from this big thing to just these little hi-hats and just this little finger picking or not finger picking, just this little tiny quiet picking. And it created such a mood, and you could just feel like the awe of that crowd. There was just like, you could just see everybody is impressed here. And it creates such an atmosphere. These rim strikes, like, they really bring it to so minimal, and it's this whole mood. The way they have the ability to kind of drop and uplift a crowd with energy is amazing to me. And even the crowd is picking up with the clapping. It's almost like their participation has just as much to do with the improvisation, you know? Like, when the crowd is grooving with something, they kind of maneuver off of that. And then that proud piano coming in. Let's go, Trey. direction and they all jump on board. different direction now that adding those things. And then Page interacts with that change. It's so cool to hear them. And then there's, yeah, I think Mike is making that bow bow. And then Phish. They're linked up. Starting to walk another direction again. And again. It's so interesting to hear Trey and Page play off one another. It's like they almost trade moments. You know, I want to make a comment that I think it's so interesting that normally I think when you watch a band play, there's a pretty distinct understanding of who the band leader is without really having to like know too much about the inner workings or dynamics of a band, right? Like you can, and having like seen them like with my eyeballs play a couple of times, what's so interesting to me is it doesn't feel like there's necessarily a band leader. It feels like it's all done through communication, and that communication, like they all know what the song is supposed to do. They all agree that they can throw it out the window any which way they want to, as long as they play together and find a way to bring it home. And that allows them to be as creative as they want. Like they have canvases in the shape of songs that are blank, if that makes any sense. Like each of their own songs becomes a blank canvas with the structure, like the wood and the white canvas being made of the composition originally. So there's this super interesting dynamic, but it's not like you have this one dude being like, all right, let's bring it back. It's like they all just kind of decide that it's back. They're like the Borg, you know? They're like... They don't need a leader or a captain. They're a hive mind. That's the closest way I can describe it. And correct me if I'm wrong there. Maybe there is a band leader. But in my brain, it's a hive mind. I made the Star Trek bit earlier. It mentioned the Borg, and then for whatever reason I had the idea Yemen of 9, D5. You know, we're listening to Yem on New Year's Eve of 95. Yemen of 95. It's not as Yemen, 7 of 9. I'm sorry if you didn't watch Star Trek enough for any of that to make sense. If that was all gibberish to you, my bad. It was a terrible joke, and now here I am in the middle of this, like, stuck with it on this video. Bummer. I like that they're putting some mustard on it, you know? I've realized that you guys don't. It's been commented a lot that I say discordant and polyrhythmic or something to those effects. So I'm just going to call it mustard from now on. They're putting mustard on the song. Volume swell. They brought it back. Dude. There's another voice. Dude. Why is this so cool? Got tense on us. Why are these whisperies so tasty? I've described before that like echoey, reverby, decay sounds are kind of like ASMR to me. I just love hearing sounds fizzle out. But for whatever reason, when they get up all close to the mic like this and they're just doing that little talking thing, I'm just I'm going crazy over it. It sounds so good. Bro. This is their vocal jam thing at the end. They're actually whispering, like, I'll take it off and put it back on. I'm... Take it back off one more time. We're like monk auctioneers. This is so cool. I want friends to do this with. improvisational. Like they don't like. When you're in the crowd, are you making noises with them? Like, do you make noises with him, or do you watch with your mouth open like I've been listening with my mouth open? This is... And then they resolve. Goodness. Bro, that was so good. I liked that one significantly more than I liked the live one that I saw. The live one that I saw from 2012 or 13, I think it was 2012, was good, but there was just some different characteristic about this entirely. I don't know if it was raw, younger energy. I don't know if it was, a bigger crowd that I could hear. It lacked the visual, but that's literally it. Everything else about this stood higher. The improvisational stuff, the tone on that guitar solo in this one was just special. At both of the times he came in huge. We're just, I mean, and again, just the way that they go about it, like that 5-minute vocal jam at the end. I liked that a lot better. It balanced between like barbershop, being ethereal, being like completely crazy, like, walking through New York City streets kinds of sounds, chaotic and content. It was so interesting. This whole song has just been, I've seen in the comments people say that this is like the quintessential Phish song. I feel like based on what I've heard so far, I would want to suggest somebody, if they were to listen to Phish, listen to something from like Rift or Hoist, because it's probably more user-friendly. But if I know that they're a musician that's going to appreciate music, if I know that, they get, a kick out of live jams and stuff like that, I'm absolutely probably pointing them to this one. Now, I have Chalk Dust is up there as well. I think that... The Chalk Dust from Camden was, that was super good. But I don't know. There's something about this song that is just to me, it makes my heart happy. And this sound got me close to tears a couple of times. Not quite like Chalk Dust did when he was soaring. I'm pretty sure that was Camden. I'll have to go back and check the date. I just always go back to the YouTube video. So, yeah, guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. And thank you again for this book, by the way, Jay. Guys, if you would like to get your own copy of 100 Things Phish, go ahead to that QR code. I love yous. Goodbye.